Voices of the Anambra, our pride, our voice.
Anambra already has an airport. So when news broke out that the state government is planning to build another one, you can imagine the reactions. Why? Who is going to use it? Shouldn't we utilize the Umueri airport first before sinking billions into another airport project? Some say it's a visionary investment. Others say we don't really need this airport though. It's highly unnecessary. Well, now what we can't talk today. Does Anambra really need a second airport? This is Voices of Anambra, and my name is Amaka Ezedebego.
I'm Nnadozie and like she rightly introduced, here and
Exactly.
So we are here with Dr. Nnadozie.
Yeah.
Dr. Nnadozie is a member of the Police Committee. But let me allow you to do the introduction yourself. So maybe you can help our listeners and our viewers understand better who we are with this morning.
Good morning, listeners. Yes. Dr. Nnadozie is my name. I'm a special advisor to the governor and a member of the Police Committee.
Dr. Nnadozie, you're welcome to the studio this morning.
Thank you.
So, sir, critics say that this airport project is nothing but a white elephant project. You know, I mean, the 5-year-old Umueri airport is not being utilized properly, and then Anambra State government is planning to sink billions to build another airport. So, what exactly is the difference? What's going to be the difference between this airport and the Umueri airport project?
Thank you very much. First, the notion that Anambra State Airport is not being fully utilized is a lie.
Okay.
2 airlines landed daily. APs and United Airlines, they landed daily to Abuja and to Lagos. So it's already being utilized. That is one. You see, the notion that Anambra does not need another airport is actually born out of ignorance. And I will forgive that, because unless you have the picture of the big picture, you will not fully understand. For example, Anambra currently has a population of 8.5 million. Mm-hmm. London has a population of 9.2 with 6 international airports. I'm not talking about local airports. 9.2 million with 6 international airports. And if you know Anambra, which is one of the fastest developing states in terms of real estate, in the next 10 years, there will be no space to build any other airport for the state. So the second airport, as a matter of fact, in statistics, Anambra should have a minimum of 3 airports right now running if you're looking at tomorrow.
That's serious.
Because the estimate is that in the next less than 50 years, there will be 38.5 million people residing here.
Okay.
How will they move around? How will they connect to the international communities? Okay. Without singing and sounding the mantra of the working governor, Professor Chukwu Masaludo, he started by putting together 800 kilometers of road. Third, he went ahead and set up a clear master plan of how to connect the whole state in a rail master plan concluded by CSS of Canada. You can see the vision, the transport, the rail, and the air. All these are coming together to provide for Anambra that in the next 50 years, what is happening now should have happened many years ago. Okay. Otherwise, we will sink into the cauldron of a state that was just created without platform and without planning. Remember, Anambra is just, it was created not too long ago. Mm-hmm. That's something years ago, I think. Now, this state started without a master plan. Let's tell ourselves the truth. It is now that the master plan is coming out. That is why Airport should be here. Industrial cities should be here. Entertainment centers should be here. It is now coming out. But before, even the capital city, we know is just Oka. Here are our industrial cities. Even the commercial city is Onitsha. As you know now, it's a dead city. No plan. Onitsha is choked. Look at our Nnewi. So the same thing happens in the transport sector. These are all woven together. You can see from the road, you can see to the rail, you can now see to the airport. And in terms of whether it is needed, I just gave you the London statistics. Anambra will be needing a minimum of 5 airports in the next 50 years. Where will those airports be? How will our people move around? Which location will they fly from? And the current airport, as I can tell you, is already being utilized perfectly.
Okay, Dr. Nnadozie, let me interject. Let's assume and agree for a second with the supporters of the new airport project. And some persons have argued with regards to the location of this current airport and the location of the coming one as the game changer. Now, I want you to tell us, why do you think moving this airport to, close to Orumba, or in Orumba particularly, why is it a game changer?
Thank you very much. You see, this airport didn't drop from the air. It is born out of deep feasibility studies, running into hundreds of pages. First, and again, you need to know that this is an aerotropolis, not just an airport. We need to draw the lines.
Okay.
It's an aerotropolis. An aerotropolis is a city like the Memphis Airport. In fact, Memphis Airport developed only on the pharma industry. Google it. Only on the pharma industry.
That's the Memphis Airport.
Memphis Airport in US.
In the US.
Only on the pharma industry. But this airport is sitting on a free trade zone. 5 minutes to Anambra State Mixed Industrial City. That is to house thousands of industries, 3,600 hectares. 10 minutes to Anambra Agro-Industrial City, 1,500 hectares. 5 minutes to Anambra State Pharmaceutical Manufacturing Hub, that is hosting the biggest pharmaceutical conglomerate concentration in the whole West Africa.
Yeah.
The airport is sitting at the heart of commerce. That is number one. Number two, the catchment area of this airport is 12.5 million people at a 100-kilometer radius. This airport is the only airport in Nigeria, quote me, that cuts across 9 states in a 100-kilometer radius. Anambra, Enugu, Delta, Imo, Abia, Ebonyi, my brother, Cross River, and Akwa Ibom. In a 100-kilometer radius, this airport cuts across. No airport in Nigeria is closed. Mention it. That is the catchment area of this airport we are talking about. Somebody in Okigwe will get to this airport in 45 minutes, but we need 1 hour, 30 minutes to get to Owerri Airport.
Okay.
Somebody in Uturu in Abia State will get to this airport in 55 minutes. But we need 1 hour, 45 minutes to get to Owerri. And we take longer time to even get to the new constructed airport in Abia. Somebody in Southern Ebonyi will get to this airport before getting to Enugu Airport.
Okay.
Somebody in Oji River in Enugu State will get to this airport before getting to Enugu Airport. Somebody in Olo
yes,
will get to this airport before getting to Owerri Airport. And of course, we are not mentioning Anambra. That is to tell you, of course, the airport is 10 minutes from this Oka.
yes.
10 minutes from here. And we are now talking about, you can see the location. I tell you, this is the most central airport in the whole of Southeast. The airport is sitting at the center of the whole 5 southeastern states. While kissing Akwa Ibom and Uyo.
Okay.
And Akwa Ibom and Cross
Okay,
River.
let me also add. Let me add. Maybe let me take that from you. So maybe we go to the next one.
All right.
You know, the framing of this airport, the framing of the first airport, that's the Chinua Achebe International Cargo and Passenger Airport. Now, people have asked that, yes, passenger, like you mentioned, is a busy airport. The airpiece of this world and United Nations of this world are all flying there, the daily and all that. But the other component, which is cargo, I read someone arguing about the centrality of that airport to the commerce center, which is Onitsha, and maybe Oka. People have made those kind of arguments. Now, what is the framing of this airport? You've just mentioned that the airport is going to be sitting in the midst of about 3 new cities emerging. Now, is this about vision? Is it about prestige? Is it about just trying to...
This is a testament of the man that sees tomorrow. Because in the next 50 years, that is when you will see that this is not only the most economically viable airport in Nigeria. And let me tell you, do you know that even Lagos International Airport is not in a free trade zone?
Okay.
Port Harcourt is not in a free trade zone. This is the only airport in Nigeria you can land goods, and if it is going to any of these industrial cities, it will be at zero duty.
Oh, wow.
This is the only airport you can fly good from here. Export duty is zero because it's in a free trade zone. So when you are moving cargo, it is cheaper to fly the cargo here than fly it to Lagos. That is the truth. That's the fact.
Don't you think you use your response when you see jealousy?
No, but that is the truth of the matter. That is the fact. And I just told you that the Memphis Airport only grew on farmer.
Yeah.
The pharmaceutical.
Only pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
Now, let me give you a classical example. It means that the Anambra State Pharmaceutical Hub, that is 5 minutes from this airport, less than 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes to this airport, that you can fly in the raw materials, which is the costly part, while the Anambra Agro City provides the additives like the starch.
Exactly.
You see, 10 kg of some drug, which is the active, is the major drug. The additives we can get from our agro city. So you can import what you need to produce 10 containers of drugs in just one flight. The other additive, the cornstarch, which is what you see, the drug is very small. That is coming from our agro city. And when you now see that you can import your raw material for drugs that you produce next week, the raw material can be in UK today. When it comes in and goes through all the tests, which it must have gone there, you can move into production immediately.
Okay, sir.
And from that, you will now see that it is a heavy cargo concentration airport.
Sir,
because the products can
I really want to, sorry, let me interject, because you've been talking about cargo, industrial cities, you've mentioned AMIC and the pharma. Yeah. So, but why exactly this airport first? Is it putting the cart before the horse? So why not build these industrial cities first before the airport?
Yeah.
Why is the airport coming? Is it, what exactly, why? What's the reason behind that?
Thank you very, very much. First of all, the industrial cities are already on.
Okay.
The master plan of AMIC is already done. Infrastructure is going on in AMIC. 33 kV line have been dropped in AMIC. Design for the farmer hub is already done. So, and work is already going in simultaneously. So it's not a question of one before the other. That is number one. These cities are already developing. The active work is happening there. That is one. Two, Anambra have the smallest landmass, only second to Lagos. And as you know, it keeps on shrinking through erosion, gully erosion, through flooding. Just now, we are in a flood season. Anambra Check is one of the states that is flagged. That will be flooded in this state. So right now, flooding is already going on in Anambra North Senatorial Zone. Now, not later, now. So where can government get the land to build the airport? Now, if this airport, if we cannot secure the location of these airports now and get them active, in the next 10 years, there will be no single land remaining. Remember I told you Anambra, only second to Lagos, is fastest
Developing.
in percentage, faster than Abuja. Abuja's percentage of development is far lower than the available land. But Anambra, there is no more village here. From Okana to Onitsha, you wouldn't know where. So you are talking about now a mega city. There is no more village. There is no place. There is no land anywhere. And you have to plan for a population of 38.5 million in the next few decades. If you didn't do that now, I tell you, it takes a man that sees tomorrow like Professor Chukwu to know that if we didn't plan for this state now, there will be no place for our children.
Now, talking about that man, I think this should be like our final question before your last remarks. It takes a lot of political guts for someone to embark on this kind of, if you like, audacious project, at a time like this. And not political convenience, because we know if it's about political convenience, we know the kind of things that politicians do, right, to gain applause and all that. But Governor Soludo is known for delivering within timelines. And this is an airport. And you've mentioned other ancillaries to that airport, like the Pharma City, the Agro-Light cities, and all other things that you've mentioned. These things are not things you can just wish into existence. They take hard work. They take a lot of investment. They take a lot of time. So the question now is, that man who consolidated the Nigerian banking system in less than 18 months, and that man who delivered from the Anambra a new city within a city, that's the lighthouse, in less than 2 years of office. That man who has started over 256 kilometers of dual carriage roads, federal highways in the state, is that man still capable of delivering all that you have just mentioned to us within the timeline?
No, first of all, let me say that development is continuing. But if it's for the momentum of what is on ground, for the airport, which is just a little section of a catalytic input on the mega industrial free trade zone, it will be delivered within 2 years, because work is there 24 hours.
That's a bold statement.
That is 24 hours. It's not we want to 20. As we are speaking now, work is going on there non-stop. Left, right, and center. So if it's to answer whether it will be delivered, I cannot form as a member of the committee. I can tell you, we are very well on schedule, on the timeline. We are not behind schedule. And the whole contractors, all the things they need to work, and all the technical teams, they are working 24 hours to make sure that we even deliver before the expected time. That is one. The industrial cities are things that we move, that we develop on this organically. Few anchors are in. Now, as they are, others are coming in, the facilities are coming, and the infrastructure. Some of those ones continue, development will continue over time. I give you an example, Lekki Free Trade Zone. Dangote and their team work close to 10 years before full production that we are enjoying now.
Exactly.
This is a free trade zone that has started operation and is now being developed. And within the next 3 years, you wouldn't remember those areas again. It is a work of vision. It is a work of planning. It is a work of seeing tomorrow and preparing tomorrow so that our children will inherit this land better than we met.
Okay, now before, I know Amaka will be angling to ask you the final question, but let me just add this. Oburundi was in Nigeria on 18 years in office. And we know that this government in the last 5 years now, has not, in spite of having approvals to borrow, has not borrowed a kobo. And we also know that this government is into a lot, free antenatal, free education, and all that. Now, we want to ask, will funding at any point be a problem?
That's a very important question.
You see, thank you very much for that question. You see, the truth about funding is when you look at the man we're talking about, when he was the CBN governor, at 40-something years. He was that young. He was able to move Nigeria to not just a shaky economy. They mobilized funds that both the International Financial Organization, Financial Times, rated him the best CBN governor in the world, though, not just Africa. Of course, African Times, everybody said Africa, Nigeria, West Africa, everywhere, but the world. So mobilization of funds is not part of his problem. But he has a clear principle. He cannot borrow for a project that cannot pay itself. He cannot put Anambra in debt. He has not borrowed 1 naira, even as I'm talking to you now. But the project must meet the minimum that it will be able to pay itself for him to consider signing off.
So is he borrowing for this airport?
He has not borrowed anything for this airport. And we are talking about a super manager of men and resources. Super manager of men and resources.
So, let me take the fella because let me help you. You see, I have to go Igbo, you know, Metropolis, Farmer, and all that. The question is, what does this, because there's a lot of misinformation going out there. You know, there's this, very gory statistics, and of course, which is factual, that about just less than 1% of the population get to use the airport in their lifetime, right? So it's always considered an elitist thing. Non kendi jego. Now onye no tu onicha onye bi okpoko onye bi ni fitoka ke gbasaya na airport or airport ka yeli. You know, now the question now is, like a final remark, what does this airport mean for that Onya Anambra who is sounding like me right now?
Thank you very, very, very much. You see, the truth of the matter is that we don't all operate on the same level of intellectual awareness. It is the big man that you say is 1% that most of the time controls up to 80% of the whole resources in the country or in the state. It is from that 80% that it trickles down to even that person who industry that big man fly down there.
Okay.
Let me tell you, even that the construction have started, a mini village have already started in the Metropolis. Many people are already earning their daily bread. Airports have not started though. But even now, even on the construction site, there is now a market that services just the workers on the Metropolis. People in the neighboring village that didn't know that they can carry something and sell up to 100,000 a day are already cashing home 100,000 daily sales just by coming close to a construction site that is yet to even fully be completed, that is still ongoing.
Yeah.
The same way, when the farmer hub starts, who will go there? Anambra states have 3 schools of pharmacy. That simply tells you that our pharmacists here, they don't need to go to Lagos to look for a job. The job is already there for them at their backyard. We are now talking about our atrocity. Our people now that used to farm and go and carry their cassava and go to sell. We now find out that that cassava will be turned to corn starch, will be turned to cassava starch or corn starch that will be used to produce drug, which means the value of their cassava will now increase. So the woman in the village will be getting the trickle-down effect. His children will be getting jobs that will be springing up anywhere. Of course, that place is also a leisure center because the whites are coming. The foreigners are coming. On our schedule, many have visited. I have taken many there physically myself. Foreigners, investment opportunities. Because he can now fly from Düsseldorf, land there straight, while his factory is just 2 minutes away.
Yeah.
And we are now talking about, we are seeing schools will emerge from there. International residential apartments will emerge. 5 4-star hotels will emerge. Health facilities will emerge. Recreational centers will. All these things will now grow organically. But as I tell you, they are all already planned. It wouldn't come out just like we have in some of our cities. No. Everywhere is already professionally laid out and planned. You're just waiting for it to just spring up in a very, very short while. That is where Professor Saludo is taking Anambra to.
All right. That's a very insightful one, Dr. Nnadozie. With that, we've come to the end of this podcast session. But the conversation still continues. So please drop your opinion with everything Dr. Nnadozie has said. What do you think about this second airport project? Drop your comments in the comment section, and do not forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. And also, don't forget to follow us across all social media platforms. Once again, my name is Amaka Ezedewego.
Yeah, and I'm Mazi Ejimofo Opara. Never doubt a Soludo.
Voices of the Anambra, our pride, our voice.